asked them point blank, like, do you think that someone who works 40 hours a week in a fast food restaurant should be able to make enough to provide for themselves and their family? And they said, no, they shouldn't.
I was so glad to see that someone had already posted a video like this, because it's literally my sentiments exactly. Over the course of the last year, I have been doing jobs that I have normally not done or normally wouldn't do at this stage of my life, and realizing that everything that I had initially thought about them or even the people that did these jobs was completely and totally false. Now, I do not consider myself to be an elitist person. I believe that all work is indeed work and should be respected. We're not the type of person to job shame over here by any means. Now, with that being said, it really wasn't until the last year that I realized that there is a very distinct difference between low wage jobs and low skilled jobs. People want to confuse, being a waiter or a cashier or somebody who works at a fast food restaurant as being a low skilled job, therefore not being deserving of a certain amount of money, or in this case, what the original poster was talking about, not being deserving of a livable wage, even though you're working 40 hours a week. And that's fucking bullshit. I had never worked in the food industry, up until this last year. Any job that I ever had that was only making between $12 and $14 an hour, it was in retail. So this was a completely different ballpark for me. And when I say that the food industry is not for the weak, it is not for the weak. I'm saying it is not for the weak. Now, for those of you who know and who've been following me for a while, you would know that I used to be a hostess at this restaurant down in Austin. And I remember when I got brought on, they're like, yeah, if you want, a raise in, salary or whatever, it'd be advantageous for you to become a server. And when I saw all of the things that the servers had to do in order to even prepare to become a server, all of the things that they had to memorize, the tables, the table numbers, everything that people ordered in the rotation in which they ordered it, the drinks, drink specials, things that were changing every day. I was thinking to myself, how do people do this? How do people do this? I've never considered myself to be stupid by any means, but it is hard. It's hard, and we can't pretend that it's not. And when people are comfortable in saying that people who are putting up with the type of bullshit that you see in restaurants on a regular basis don't deserve to have a wage that is going to ensure that they can live comfortably, there's something wrong with you. I have always said this, and I will continue to say this. You can teach a waiter or a waitress or a cashier how to navigate their life in corporate, but I'll be damned if you try to do it the other way around. I really wish we could get away from this ideology that blue collar people are stupid, that blue collar people don't deserve respect, that blue collar people don't deserve wages that allow them to live their lives comfortably and provide for themselves and for their families. Got to get away from that.